Dude, we used to complain that the PS5 didn't really have games yet, especially open world ones, that most of them were just remasters or upgraded versions for PS5. But I can prove the opposite. Open world games hit different on PS5. The worlds are bigger, the details are crazier, and your free time disappears. I played a bunch of them, so you don't waste money on the wrong games. These 18 native PS5 games are absolutely worth every dollar you invest in them. Number 1 is Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Kicking off this massive list with a game that delivers unparalleled visual spectacle and truly unique vertical freedom. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. The reason this open world is worth every penny is the unmatched visual beauty and vertical scale. The world of Pandora is absolutely jaw-dropping on the PS5. The jungle environments are massive, layered, and feel truly alive. The world is perfect because it forces you to look up and encourages vertical traversal, especially once you get your Ikron, the flying mount. That feeling of diving off a massive cliff and soaring through the sky is pure, unadulterated freedom. The gameplay is fluid first-person action that perfectly blends Na'vi weaponry like the bows with the FPS mechanics. The core loop of exploring, clearing out the RDA facilities, and restoring the environment is incredibly satisfying. The protagonist, a Na'vi raised by humans, is compelled by a compelling personal journey to reconcile two worlds. My only critique is that the mission structure can sometimes get a little repetitive, but honestly, the sheer joy of flying and exploring that beautiful world makes up for it. For delivering a truly next-gen open-world experience focused on natural beauty and vertical freedom, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is a must-buy. Next up, a game that proves the open world formula can be hilarious, dramatic, and absolutely massive. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. Say that 5 times fast. The reason you should spend your money on this is the sheer narrative scope and density. This isn't just a world, it's a massive, vibrant slice of Hawaii packed with mini-games, bizarre side quests, and deep character stories. The world is perfect because every corner has a secret, a weirdo to meet, or a chance to sink 20 hours into a new activity like managing a resort or playing an arcade game. The gameplay is the perfect blend of serious, high-stakes Yakuza drama and utterly hilarious turn-based combat. The fighting system is brilliant, focusing on strategic positioning and using the environment as weapons. The protagonist, Ichiban Kasuga, is one of the most lovable, optimistic protagonists in gaming. My only critique is that the dialogue can sometimes go on for a little too long, but I wouldn't trade that amazing character writing for anything. For delivering a unique blend of narrative drama, hilarious side content, and a massive, vibrant world, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is an essential purchase. Three, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Alright, let's talk about the game that went from a rocky start to becoming one of the best open-world experiences ever, especially with the Phantom Liberty expansion, Cyberpunk 2077. The reason this open world is perfect and absolutely worth the investment on PS5 is the unmatched atmosphere and density of Night City. After all the patches and the 2.0 overhaul, Night City is a dark, beautiful, oppressive, and incredibly detailed metropolis. The world is perfect because it's drenched in atmosphere, and every street feels dangerous and alive. The gameplay is now incredibly fluid, focused, and deep. The Phantom Liberty spy thriller narrative is top-tier writing, and the combat, blending fluid FPS action, hacking, and incredible abilities, is addictive. The protagonist, V, is highly customizable, making your journey through the chrome-soaked world feel intensely personal. The addition of the massive Dogtown district and the incredible performance by Idris Elba as Solomon Reed elevates this to must-play status. My only tiny critique is that the driving still feels a little floaty compared to other open-world games. But for delivering a stunning, narratively rich, and deeply immersive cyberpunk world, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is an absolute money well spent game. Four, The Outer Worlds 2. Rounding out the first four with a game that delivers sharp writing, player freedom, and a universe of sarcastic cynicism, The Outer Worlds 2. Obsidian did it again! The reason you should invest in this is the cutting-edge satire and player agency. This open-world RPG brilliantly skewers corporate culture, capitalism, and sci-fi tropes with hilarious, sharp writing. The worlds you explore, bizarre alien planets colonized by warring corporations, are vibrant, weird, and full of unique lore. The gameplay is excellent first-person RPG action. You're constantly talking your way out of trouble, making morally ambiguous choices, and engaging in tactical FPS combat using unique sci-fi weaponry. The ability to completely customize your character's skills and recruit a crew of eccentric companions provides endless depth. The protagonist is your character, and the strength lies in the excellent companions who constantly banter and react to your often disastrous decisions. My one small critique is that the graphics felt a little dated compared to the other PS5 heavyweights, but the writing is so damn good I don't care. For delivering a witty, massive, and choice-heavy sci-fi RPG that respects player freedom, The Outer Worlds 2 is a guaranteed great purchase. Next up, let's talk about the game that delivered the most immersive and historically committed open world of the year, Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2. This is truly next-level realism. The reason you should drop your money on this is the unmatched historical depth and systemic realism. Set in the massive, war-torn Bohemia of the 15th century, the world isn't just a backdrop, it's a living, breathing, complex simulation. The open world is perfect because its systemic realism, from the need to eat and sleep to the complex social and legal structures, makes every action feel impactful. The gameplay is demanding, rewarding, and incredibly deep. The combat system is based on authentic historical fencing, forcing you to truly learn the 6 direction strikes and proper defense. It's tough, but the satisfaction of mastering a difficult duel is immense. Plus, the sheer variety of life paths, whether you're learning blacksmithing or alchemy, provides endless things to do. Henry of Skalitz continues his journey, and his transformation from a peasant into a man caught in huge political events feels incredibly personal and earned. My only critique is that the learning curve is genuinely steep. This game doesn't hold your hand, but if you want a true, uncompromising RPG experience, Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 is an absolute powerhouse.
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead.
Number 6. Star Wars Outlaws. Let's dive into a galaxy far, far away with a game that delivered the ultimate scoundrel fantasy, Star Wars Outlaws. Ubisoft finally gave us the criminal side of the galaxy. The reason this open world is worth the investment is the seamless galaxy exploration and scoundrel gameplay loop. You get to explore multiple massive planets and travel between them seamlessly with your ship, the Trailblazer. The world is perfect because it gives you agency to choose your path, deal with powerful crime syndicates, take on high-stakes heists, and build your reputation. The gameplay is fluid third-person action and naval combat. The cover shooting is tight, but the real fun is using your skills as a scoundrel, stealth, negotiation, and using your companion, Nyx, to cause chaos. The freedom to traverse planets via speeder and then jump into a massive space battle is pure Star Wars bliss. Kay Vess is a fantastic protagonist, sassy, clever, and driven by the need for freedom. She's the perfect anti-hero for this kind of morally gray adventure. My only small critique is that the planet size can sometimes feel a bit sparse between the major hubs, but for delivering an authentic Star Wars open-world experience focused on criminal freedom and high-stakes adventure, Star Wars Outlaws is a thrilling ride. Seven, Dragon's Dogma 2. Next up, a game that delivered a truly unique, chaotic, and dynamic approach to the fantasy open world, Dragon's Dogma 2. Capcom created something special here. The reason you'll regret not playing this open world is the dynamic systems and unpredictable encounters. The world is massive, high fantasy, and packed with huge, terrifying monsters. The open world is perfect because it feels genuinely dangerous. You can be ambushed by a griffin mid-journey, and the consequences are immediate and real. The gameplay is brilliant action RPG combat, mastering the various vocations or classes and engaging in combat that often involves climbing onto massive beasts is incredibly fun. The true genius is the pawn system, AI companions you recruit who offer genuine tactical help and commentary, making the world feel alive and reactive. The protagonist, the Arisen, is central to the world's mystery, but the supporting cast of pawns and the sheer spectacle of the encounters are the main draw. My only frustration was the initial inventory management, which felt a little fiddly, but once you get past that, the core experience is addicting. For delivering a truly chaotic, dynamic, and mechanically deep fantasy open-world RPG, Dragon's Dogma 2 is an immediate must-play. Number 8, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chornobyl. And finally for this segment, a game that delivers unparalleled atmospheric survival and immense challenge, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chornobyl. This is pure, unyielding immersion on the PS5. The reason you should invest in this is the uncompromising, systemic open world and atmosphere. The zone is a massive, hostile environment where everything, anomalies, mutants, and competing factions, is constantly interacting. The world is perfect because it's built on deep simulation, making every journey outside a desperate, unpredictable risk. The gameplay is hardcore survival. You're always managing radiation, hunger, sleep, and equipment degradation. The gunplay is heavy, desperate, and challenging, reinforcing that you are always vulnerable. That high-risk, high-reward loop of venturing into the zone for powerful artifacts is intensely addictive. The story is non-linear and complex, reacting profoundly to your choices, making the open world feel truly consequential and personal. My only warning is that the difficulty is brutal and it offers no hand-holding. You have to earn every single victory. For delivering the most immersive, atmospheric, and genuinely survival-focused open-world FPS, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is an essential, must-own PS5 title. 9. Ghost of Yōtei. Next up, let's talk about a game that delivered the ultimate samurai fantasy and an open world of unparalleled beauty, Ghost of Yōtei. This is a triumph of cinematic design and immersion. The reason this open world is worth every dollar is the unmatched immersion and cinematic atmosphere. The massive, snowy, and rugged landscape of Hokkaido is visually breathtaking on the PS5. The world is perfect because the guiding wind replaces the intrusive minimap, making exploration feel organic and constantly rewarding, pulling you towards stunning vistas and hidden shrines. The gameplay is fluid, heavy, and intensely satisfying samurai combat. Mastering the various stances and the deadly standoffs never gets old. You can choose honor and face enemies head-on, or embrace the shadows as the ghost. The combat system, combined with the beautiful setting, is addictive. The protagonist's journey is deeply personal, dealing with loyalty, honor, and the cost of survival in a beautiful, occupied world. My only critique is that the side content structure can sometimes feel a bit familiar if you played the previous title, but the core combat and world beauty make it a must-play. For delivering an essential, cinematic, and technically flawless open-world action experience, Ghost of Yōtei is a guaranteed great investment. Number 10, Borderlands 4. Let's dive into a game that delivers chaotic co-op fun, hilarious writing, and an unparalleled loot addiction. Borderlands 4. The king of the looter shooter is back and better than ever. The reason you should invest in this is the addictive loot loop and endless co-op chaos. The vibrant, cel-shaded open worlds are massive, colorful, and packed with grotesque monsters and hidden caches. The open world is perfect because it constantly throws unique weapons and gear at you, feeding that addictive loop of get better loot, fight harder enemies, get even better loot. The gameplay is fluid, fast-paced FPS action combined with deep RPG skill trees. Playing with friends as a team of unique vault hunters adds incredible strategic depth and hilarious co-op chaos. The sheer variety of guns, with their bizarre prefixes, suffixes, and stats, is unmatched. The Vault Hunters are hilarious protagonists, but the constant, non-stop banter and ridiculous side quests are the true stars, delivering a ton of personality. My only critique is that the writing can sometimes be a little too juvenile for my taste in spots, but the fun of the core gameplay is undeniable. For delivering a unique, massive, and highly replayable open-world shooter experience, Borderlands 4 is an immediate cure for boredom. Number 11, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Next up, a game that delivered profound innovation and a massive, bizarre open world unlike any other, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Kojima is a genius. The reason you'll regret not playing this open world is the unmatched innovation and philosophical depth. This sequel deepens the Strand game loop, focusing on travel, route planning, and the physical challenge of connecting people in a bizarre, beautiful world. The core value is the sense of overcoming impossible environmental odds to forge genuine connections. The gameplay is unique and meditative, rewarding patience, planning, and mastery of the complex traversal and physics mechanics. The cinematic quality, the incredible performances, and the sheer weirdness are captivating. The new mechanics, like the customizable mobile base, expanded the depth of the world in incredible ways. Sam Porter-Bridges continues his unique journey, and the story delves into even more complex, philosophical territory than the first game. My only frustration is that the slow, deliberate pace is definitely not for players seeking instant gratification, but if you invest the time, the narrative and thematic payoff is immense. For delivering a massive, visually stunning, and philosophically deep experience that defines innovation, Death Stranding 2 is an essential purchase. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. And finally for this segment, a game that perfected the open-world superhero fantasy with flawless execution, Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Insomniac is the undisputed champion of traversal. The reason this open world is perfect and worth every penny is the flawless traversal and fluid combat. Swinging through the open world of New York City as either Peter Parker or Miles Morales is pure, unadulterated joy. The addition of the web wings makes traversal even faster and more exhilarating. The world is perfect because simply moving through it is the most fun part of the game. The gameplay is fluid, rhythmic, and incredibly fun. The combat blends the classic free-flow system with awesome new abilities for both heroes, like the symbiote powers. The boss battles are massive, cinematic, and stunningly choreographed. Peter Parker and Miles Morales are fantastic protagonists, and the story tackling complex relationships and the awesome introduction of Venom is top-tier superhero narrative. My only critique is that the open-world activities, while fun, could sometimes feel a little repetitive, but that's a minor flaw in a massive, polished package. For delivering the most polished, exciting, and heartfelt superhero experience ever, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is an essential, perfect PS5 game. "13. Dying Light: The Beast." Next up, let's talk about a game that delivered intense, first-person survival action with incredible parkour and a terrifying threat: Dying Light: The Beast. Techland went all out on making this world feel hostile and alive. The reason you'll regret skipping this open world is the flawless first-person parkour and unmatched tension. The massive open city is all about fluid, fast-paced vertical traversal, running across rooftops, swinging, and using height to survive. The world is perfect because it constantly forces you to move and adapt, especially with the introduction of the new beast mechanic, a terrifying, evolving entity that actively hunts you based on your actions. The gameplay is brutal, heavy melee combat and intense chase sequences. The combat feels visceral and rewarding, but when night falls and the beast is actively pursuing you, the entire map becomes a high-stakes, terrifying ordeal that gets the adrenaline pumping. The protagonist, a new survivor, is driven by the desperate need to survive and master the beast's patterns in the infected city. My only critique is that the side missions could sometimes be repetitive, but the core loop of parkour and fighting for your life against the massive threat is flawless. For delivering intense action, fluid movement, and a terrifying open-world survival experience, Dying Light: The Beast is a guaranteed great purchase. 14. Monster Hunter Wilds. Let's dive into a game that perfected the hunting fantasy and delivered a massive, dynamic open world on a scale never before seen: Monster Hunter Wilds. Capcom smashed all expectations with this one. The reason you should invest in this is the seamless open world and deep, rewarding combat. This game finally gave us a truly massive, interconnected world where powerful, ecologically driven monsters roam freely. The world is perfect because its dynamic weather and environmental changes directly impact the monsters, making every hunt unique and unpredictable. The gameplay is incredibly deep, demanding skill and patience. The signature weapon variety is amazing, and the combat is heavy, strategic, and visually stunning. The seamless flow between exploration on your Seeker mount and engaging a massive Elder Dragon in dynamic terrain is addictive. The hunter is your avatar, and the value lies in mastering the diverse arsenal and slowly climbing the hunting ranks. The co-op experience of tackling massive beasts with friends is pure, chaotic fun. My only frustration is that the learning curve is still very steep for newcomers, but the feeling of finally taking down a massive monster with a perfectly executed combo is the ultimate reward. For delivering the most polished, massive, and endlessly engaging action RPG hunting experience, Monster Hunter Wilds is an essential purchase. Number 15, Rise of the Ronin. Next up, let's talk about a game that delivered historical immersion, fluid combat, and immense freedom in a beautiful period setting: Rise of the Ronin. Team Ninja went for scale and depth here. The reason this open world is worth every penny is the fluid combat and unmatched traversal freedom. Set in 19th century Japan during a turbulent historical era, the world is massive and beautifully realized. The open world is perfect because you can traverse it with unmatched speed and freedom using your glider and various movement tools, making exploration incredibly fast and rewarding. The gameplay is incredibly deep action. The combat system is based on fluid parrying and stance switching, allowing you to master various Japanese and Western fighting styles. The satisfaction of nailing the timing of a perfect parry to stagger a difficult opponent is immense. The protagonist, a masterless samurai, Ronin, is defined by their choices and the companions they recruit. The narrative allows you to deeply impact the political struggles of the era. My only critique is that the graphics sometimes felt a little less polished than other PS5 exclusives, but the depth of the combat system makes up for it. For delivering a deep, combat-focused, and highly rewarding historical open-world experience, Rise of the Ronin is a fantastic investment. Number 16, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Let's dive into a game that delivered massive scale, narrative heart, and one of the most stunning worlds of the generation, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is an RPG masterpiece. The reason this open world is addictive is the unmatched exploration and cinematic narrative. The game takes you out of the city and into a vast, beautifully designed world where every corner holds a secret, a side quest, or a memorable character interaction. The open world is perfect because it's broken into massive zones, each packed with unique activities and gorgeous scenery. The gameplay is a brilliant blend of real-time action and strategic command combat. Mastering the synergy abilities between your squad members is the key to victory and is incredibly fun. The sheer variety of content, from complex side missions to the ridiculous, fun mini-games, is immense. Cloud, Tifa, Aerith, and Barrett are iconic protagonists whose personal journeys and chemistry drive the high-stakes narrative. My only critique is that the sheer volume of minigames can sometimes feel overwhelming, but the quality of the main quests and the exploration is flawless. For delivering an emotionally resonant, massive, and stunningly beautiful action RPG open world, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is an essential purchase. 17. Forza Horizon 5. Next up, a game that delivers unparalleled open-world racing fun, visual fidelity, and pure freedom. Forza Horizon 5. This is the king of arcade racing. The reason you'll regret skipping this open world is the flawless visuals and pure driving freedom. The massive, geographically diverse open world of Mexico is rendered beautifully on the PS5. The world is perfect because it's a massive playground where you can drive absolutely anything, from hypercars to off-road trucks, anywhere at any time. The gameplay is arcade racing perfection. The handling is accessible and fun, but deep enough to keep you engaged for hundreds of hours. The loop of completing races, challenges, and building your massive garage of highly customizable cars is instantly addictive. The protagonist is the player, and the journey is defined by the freedom to explore and the non-stop fun of the Horizon Festival. My only critique is that the online racing can sometimes be a bit too chaotic due to the nature of the game, but the solo experience is flawless. For delivering the most fun, visually stunning, and content-rich open-world racing game ever, Forza Horizon 5 is an absolute must-have. 18. Where Winds Meet. And finally, to close out this list of epic open worlds, we have a game that delivered impressive scale and unmatched traversal freedom, Where Winds Meet. Not to mention the fact that it's free, which makes it a bonus entry and basically mandatory for you to play. The reason this game is a true masterpiece is its massive, dynamic open world combined with unrivaled martial arts combat. Set in the vast and breathtaking landscape of ancient China, this world is enormous, rich in historical detail, and absolutely beautiful. The open world works perfectly because you can traverse it with incredible speed and verticality using wuxia-style abilities, making movement itself a core part of the combat. The gameplay is action on another level. The wushu combat system is deep, featuring multiple martial arts styles that can be switched dynamically. Mastering parries, counterattacks, and the freedom to fight both on the ground and in mid-air feels incredible. The option to live in this world as a swordsman, a doctor, or even a simple merchant adds a fantastic layer of freedom. The protagonist's journey through a turbulent period of Chinese history feels grand, personal, and filled with philosophical weight. My only wish is that mission tracking were a bit clearer at times due to the sheer scale of the world, but for delivering a vast, visually stunning, and mechanically flawless wuxia open-world experience, Where Winds Meet is the perfect game to end this list. And that closes the book on this list, guys. 18 absolutely phenomenal open-world games that prove the PS5 is the absolute best place to find scale, detail, and pure freedom. Every single one of these titles is worth every dollar you spend, guaranteed. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these massive open-world games do you think offers the most value for money? Did I miss a massive PS5 open-world title that you're obsessed with? Let me know all your authentic opinions down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.